It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Okay, my friends, I'm excited for today's episode. I mean, we've heard some really heavy metal music on Monday. We heard a great bit of world music, some Indian jazz fusion yesterday. So today, we're just listening to some straight ahead, good old fashioned rock and roll. We're going back to music from Gerry Rafferty, and the song is Right Down the Line. So this will be my second video featuring music by Gerry Rafferty. It was May of last year, of 2023, when we heard Baker Street from Gerry, and that song, I remember, was just oozing with color and with style, especially that iconic saxophone line. It was really a fun listen, and so I had meant to get back to his music earlier, but I just haven't got it done, and today's the day that we're coming back to his music, and it's from the same album as Baker Street. That album was City to City, and that was his second solo album released in 1978. So as we remember, Gerry had risen to musical fame as a member of Stealers Wheel. And this solo album of his ended up doing really well commercially. It rose to #1 in the US, and it's gone platinum several times over. And the song that we're hearing today, Right Down the Line, was the second single from City to City, and it also performed quite well on radio and on the charts. It reached #12 on the Billboard Hot 100 and #1 on the adult contemporary charts. Well, there you go. So as I mentioned in our live stream on Sunday, the main lyrical title phrase from this, right down the line, that it's familiar to me. So I know that I've heard this over the years, but I've never really given it a critical listen. I've never given it an intentional listen. And if you ask me to tell you anything about the song other than that one little musical line, I couldn't do it. So I loved the one that we heard earlier, Baker Street, and I'm sure I'm going to love this one. So let's get to it, y'all. Right down the line, we've got Gerry Rafferty on the rhythm guitar and vocals. He's also our songwriter. Hugh Burns is on the lead guitar. Tommy Ayer is on the organ and piano. Gary Taylor is on the bass. BJ Cole is on the steel guitar. Liam Gnocchi is on the drums, and Glenn LaFleur is on some added percussion. Let's get to it, y'all. This is from Gerry's YouTube channel. It's the lyric video for Right Down the Line. Let's get to it, y'all. Off we go. Lovely synth, and a tasteful guitar solo up there. I love it when the mix is great and you can hear everybody throughout the ensemble playing. That sounds like 1, which is an F, now to D.
You know I need your love. You got that hold over me. Long as I got your love, you know that I'll never leave.
This is the 1, okay.
When I wanted you to share my life, I had no doubt in my mind.
1,
And it's been you,
5,
woman,
ooh, major 2.
right down the line.
And that cadence is on the 1. I always thought I remembered hearing it cadencing on the 4. So that's why I listen to this. Right? So we start
The changes that I've been through, I've left them
to
all
3 to 1. It's not often that we go 3 to 1,
As
y'all.
constant as a northern star, the brightest light that shines. It's been you, woman, right down the line. I just wanna
Woo!
say
What's
this
happening
is my way
now?
of telling you everything I can never
It
say
just got
before.
interesting. That's pretty. brightness just subsides, goes back in, and we're just right back in our groove in that home key in F. Yeah, it's not often we go 3 to 1, y'all. That's really an interesting way to do that. Tasteful. Just sounds so good. Warm. And he's got such a really beautiful voice. He's easy to listen to. You can understand him. And the color's really great.
I just wanna say
D major.
this is my way of telling you everything I could never
Chromatic.
say before.
Does that get him back into F?
Yeah, this is my way of telling
Leading
you
tone
that
of
every day I'm loving
And
you.
A stays in
So
that chord.
much more if I should doubt myself, if I'm losing ground.
That's a cool little section.
I won't turn to someone else. They'd only let me down. When I wanted you to share my life, I had no doubt in my mind. And it's been you, woman.
There's 5 of 5. And it goes
down the line.
to the 3 chord and then right to 1. Yes. F. I think they're fading out on that. That's what you get when you do a parallel relationship. He changed. They were in F for that piece, really, and then but those phrases all started on the D minor chord, on the 6th chord. They just started on a D major chord instead of D minor, and then they went around in sort of a D major area for a couple of chords until they did like a chromatic third pop back from A to F. And that got them back in their home key. Really fun. So that little extra add of color was in the choruses, right? It was nice to have the lyric. I've got the lyric video over here and all my notes over here. So it was nice to just look at the video and have the lyrics going by instead of looking over at my notes. But yeah, those sections were in the choruses. I just want to say this is my way of telling you everything I could never say before. Yeah, this is my way of telling you that every day I'm loving you so much more. It's interesting that the chorus is like that when the verses are the ones that at the end have the actual name of the song right down the line. It's at the end of every verse. But those are verses, not the chorus. That's interesting to me. Really cool. I'm looking at verse 4. If I should doubt myself, if I'm losing ground, I won't turn to someone else. They'd only let me down. When I wanted you to share my life, I had no doubt in my mind, and it's been you, woman, right down the line. As I mentioned before, in the video before, when I heard Baker Street, I read how Gerry struggled with alcohol addiction for much of his life. And at the time, he was married to his wife, Carla, who had stood by him for many, many years and supported him and was trying to help, and in this song especially, and in this last verse, I think he's singing of his love and his thankfulness for her help and her resilience. And I think he was trying to, to be better. When you're going through that and you're in a mode of self-discovery and betterment and all of that, and you're trying to shake a demon, the people that are standing by you, especially if it's a love song, it takes on a bit of a deeper added meaning. And I think that's embedded in the tune, and especially in the earnest way that he performs it vocally. And it's just a beautiful song. And that was fun to be, to fill in the gaps in my memory of what this song actually was about. And Gerry seems like a really kind of a tortured soul, but man, he could play and he could sing, couldn't he? And he could write. And I need to get to more of his music, more than just once a year. I'm going to do my best, but that's going to be all for today, y'all. I love that. Right down the line from Gerry Rafferty. It's good to have music from Gerry back on the channel. Thanks, y'all, for being with me. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.